Hi guys, Lisa Walker here. I'm holding this camera up. It's Wednesday. It's Wine, Wit, and Wisdom, and I'm gonna put it on my stand in a minute. But I want to show you guys something that I think is really weird. So maybe one of my technical friends can help me. But yesterday I was able to do my my live video on my personal profile from my computer, and it worked just fine. Last week, if you remember right, I had technical difficulties doing my Wine, Wit, and Wisdom from my laptop. And I'm going to show you what is going on and why it's so weird. Flip it around real quick. Okay, so it's weird because it's like picture in picture. But I get this message that it says your broadcast cannot be started. Please try again. And then I would hit resume. But as you can see here, it's acting like it is going live. But it's not, because Kevin had told me that it wasn't working. So I'm not going to hit resume or whatever. I'm going to keep it going on here. Just going to hit... I don't know how I got out of this now, quite honestly. How did I do that? I do not know. Maybe, yeah, it's still showing even up here how it's got the little red button like I'm going live, and it's obviously accessing my camera. So if any of you tech people might know why it would let me go live on my personal profile page, but not my business page, I would love for you guys to give me some feedback on that as why. So flip it back around. I'm gonna hook you guys up to my, hold on, I'm sorry. I have to hook you up to where I can not have to touch the, now everything's gonna be off. All right, face that the other way for now. Okay. All right, we'll try again. So if you guys know why in the heck I can go live from my personal profile and not my business page, I would love to know why, because this is twice now that it's happened. So anyway, on to other things, which is the wine. This is my last bottle from Trader Joe's. So this was the one that was $5.99. I literally just opened it. It is from Sicily. And it's a red, of course, because you know me. That's what I do. Look, I haven't even poured it yet. So let's pour it out here. See how it looks. It's a nice bold color. Give it a whirl. Did I spill some? No, I don't think so. Okay. Let's see. Let's spin it. It smells good. Again, $5.99. I did spill some. It's not bad. I would say that, again, it's a bolder red. And they're not saying... It literally just says red wine, so I don't know if it's a blend or not. I would say that this goes better with a meal than to just sip and drink. Like, I like the Pinot Noir for just having a glass. So let's see what the bottle says. And I'll tell you about my glasses here in a minute too. I need all kinds of help from you guys. Okay. Product Italy, la 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 la. Great wine with a beautiful, rich, bright garnet color, full bouquet. Berries, cherries, and spices. Full-bodied. I'm on it these days. Perfect with grilled red meat. So there you go. Like I said, it's a nice wine, but to me it does need to go with a meal. I just have been preferring the less robust reds to just sit and drink. But it is a nice wine for $6, I have to say. Now, what I need to do is take a trip. I told Claudia she is going to be moving out of state, and this is my last inexpensive bottle of wine. We are a bunch of winos over here. We keep going through it. So I need a trip to Total Wine. Claudia, I'm going to call you out, and I'll have to tag you in the post. Jessie sees it. So Jessie, you can tag Claudia. We need to take a trip to Total Wine and do, I think we're due for a field trip. That's what I'm going to say. Due for a field trip. I have 2 more bottles of wine at home, but they're nicer wines. So I'm thinking that they're going to be paired with a nice dinner, or maybe we'll just share it at Valentine's Day. And you guys won't get that. So, but I can tell you about it. But I won't know the price points because I think they were actually gifts for me. So anyway, on to my eye situation. And then we'll get to the topic at hand. So I think I mentioned it last time where I had one contact to see far away and one contact to see close up. And I was glad that I didn't feel dizzy and that I could actually see, but I noticed that the left side, which was the side that I was using for close-up reading, was straining. So I called my ophthalmologist to say, hey, do you think that it's straining because that vision isn't quite right, the prescription, and we can maybe adjust it a little bit and see if that's it. And he said that we pretty much nailed it as far as like there's not a whole lot of tweaking that could be done. And I said, well, the weird thing is that I'm also getting like a lot of sleep in my eye, which I hadn't had. I was having a headache, but then I started to pay attention, and it was more like behind my left eye only, which is the one that was straining. And so when I mentioned that to them as well, they're like, okay, that is your brain adjusting to this new way of trying to see things. And I'm like, huh, great. Like my brain doesn't have enough complications right now with menopause and staying focused and all that, that now it's got to try to see in a different circumstance as well. So right now I have on regular glasses, and tomorrow I'm going to try to go back to the other and see what happens. But I can tell you right now, my mind is saying that if I'm going to have one or the other, I would rather not have a perpetual headache, and I would rather just go back to my cheap readers. So again, any of my friends out there that knows anything about this process, whether you've gone through it yourself, if you're somebody who is prone to headaches, if you're in the industry and you know some kind of hint, it's not that I don't trust my doctor, I think he's right, but I still like to get some feedback on that if you guys could help me out. I got like 4 days left to try these contacts. So we'll see. Might be stuck. All right. So that took care of asking about computer help, showing you guys the wine, and dealing with my eyes. So the topic was makeup mayhem. Now I had to tell you, on Channel 5, I was just watching it at 6 o'clock, and they talked about name brand makeup compared to not over the counter, because it's all over the counter, drugstore makeup is what they said. And so like you could get something comparable, like compared to Sephora or Ulta, whatever. It's like, I don't know, like $145, and to get it at the drugstore was like $32, something like that. And from the dermatologist's point of view and the consumer's point of view and the makeup artist's point of view, they said that it didn't warrant the price difference unless you have really sensitive skin, and the drugstore makeup might cause, you know, a breakout or something like that, to opt, you know, if you don't care, opt for the more inexpensive options. Now, the Mayhem that I was talking about, and I'm just giving you guys that information because I have been finding it fascinating. I read somewhere that it was $152 or $154 billion in the beauty industry, and that like all these bloggers that have become famous and people just out of nowhere that know how to do makeup, and they've been doing this for a while. I mean, there is money to be had in this industry. So, and I'm not late to the game on the industry. I'm just late to the game on the process of doing my face. Got better, but as you can see right now, maybe, I don't know if you can tell in this lighting, but I don't have any makeup on right now, so apologize. All right, so a friend of mine who also sells Avon said to watch Broken on Netflix. And the very first episode was on counterfeit makeup. And I am going to read from you the notes that I took while I was watching this video. And it was really eye-opening and scary. So it was about counterfeit makeup, and that you should always buy from a trusted source, like going back to that whole, you know, Sephora, Ulta, whatever, that you're better off to buy it from there, because you can get third-party sellers on eBay and Amazon that will give you tainted merchandise. Like, they are not doing their diligence on making sure the products that are getting into your hands are safe. So, like, to me, if that's something that is, especially you guys all know that I've been like on this healthy kick, and I'm paying a lot more attention to what goes on my body and what goes into my body. So to me, if something, you know, if you're looking at counterfeit makeup and it's tainted, it could do damage, you know. So, and I'll tell you some of it here in a second. I just want to, I've got to put my notes up here so I can see. Because, you know, if I do real research for y'all, I said I had to have my notes. I'm never a good student. I have to take my notes because I don't remember a damn thing. Okay, so one of the things that all dermatologists agree with is the ingredients are very important. So if you can get like a screenshot or a picture of the product that you're going to buy on Amazon, which I'm not recommending, I'm just saying that if you choose to do so, and you have the ingredients from a legitimate source, you can compare the two and make sure what you're getting is safe. Claudia, now that I see that you're on, we need to schedule a wine, wit, and wisdom field trip. I'm on my last bottle of wine here, so maybe we can do that next Wednesday. I have to see what your schedule's like. So we'll get back to everybody on that. So let's see what else is here. Okay, so they're saying customers are more aware and becoming experts. So that is why your feedback is so important. And that's why honestly, I ask my customers for feedback all the time. I ask for what they think about our new skincare products. You know, if they have, like Jessie has sensitive skin, and I'm pretty lucky that I don't. Like, every once in a while I might have something weird that happens, but very unusual. Again, I never trust with menopause what's going to happen to my face. I could break out tomorrow and look like a who knows what. So when you give feedback to either a makeup company or to a direct seller, we take that information and move forward with it to see what we can do to make it better. So and sometimes items get pulled. I had a mascara that I loved that came out from the Face Shop that we were going to offer through Avon, and a lot of people were complaining that it was, like, in my opinion, they were acting like it was too good. It was a waterproof mascara that they could not seem to get off for whatever reason, and rather than having a lot of consumers maybe have the same issue, they pulled it. So I was a little upset about that because I really liked it, but I like the fact that our company is listening. So that's why I said feedback is so important. Okay, so I talked about, they even mentioned on this Netflix thing that it is a great time to be an entrepreneur in the beauty industry. So normally I don't plug the opportunity on the Wine, Wit, and Wisdom, but I feel like I would not be doing you guys a service if I didn't tell you that now through March 17th, you can join for free. If you want more information on that, please message me and I will let you know what that's all about. So if beauty is your thing, if you love skincare and everything about beauty, and you know we have some awesome lines coming out, including we're getting like Chi hair tools and stuff. I got a little peek on that the other day. Let me know and I will give you more information privately on that. And then kind of going, and I'm just going in line of what I was hearing through this Netflix thing. So if you guys have Netflix, listen to Broken. It's the very first episode. So, let's see, what else did they say? Okay, so it says, be careful because fake products are disgusting and harmful. So be mindful that you are putting this on your face. So they were talking about like there's feces and bacteria and staph, and I mean all this nasty stuff that is literally going onto your face and, you know, penetrating into your system. In fact, I don't even think I wrote this down, but I was just like traumatized. This poor girl, she bought Kylie Jenner's lipstick knockoff. It said Kylie on it, so she thought it was the real thing. And she bought it from Amazon or eBay. I can't remember which. But when she put it on, she said it felt like tingly and weird. And she did one of those, like, you know, how you kind of smack your lips together. Her lips would not separate. Well, she's freaking out, and she then reads the ingredients, which I just talked to you guys about. And guess what? One of the main ingredients in theirs to try to get the consistency that Kylie Jenner has in her lipstick is freaking super glue. So that poor girl super glued her lips together. Now, I know we've all teased about sometimes that's a great way to lose weight, but it is not a great way to do anything because super glue hurts. You know why I know? Because I'm an idiot who has glued my fingers together before. Ask Kevin. There's been many times where I'm like, holy hell, how am I going to get my fingers apart? And I'm Italian. So to talk like this all the time, there was nothing else going on. My fingers were stuck. And I thought like I couldn't even talk. It was horrible. So anyway, just imagine having your actual lips glued together. And I forget how long it took her to get it off. I mean, she didn't go to the emergency room, but she used all kinds of crazy stuff to finally get her lips apart. And I personally would feel like I couldn't even breathe. So be mindful of that. I'm not telling you not to buy it. Do your thing, but I'm just saying, please, please be careful. So this is my opinion. I am not so fancy pants. Y'all know that. So I don't care if I have a counterfeit pair of shoes or a purse or whatever. It's just like, okay, fine, you duped me because I got a Louis Vuitton for $30. Obviously, it's not a real Louis Vuitton. But do I care? No. And if people are going to look at me and go, oh, she's fake. She's a fake one. Guess what? I don't care because I don't care about your opinion. I like the style of the purse. And bam, I didn't pay $300. I paid $30. That's okay. You know why? It's not going on your body. It's not being penetrated into your system. So you're not ingesting it in any way. I don't think you're eating your purse. So anyway, that's my opinion. I don't care of clothes, jewelry, any of that kind of stuff. Now, jewelry could tarnish, but it's not really going to harm you as far as I know. But anyway, again, that was just my little 2 cents. Had nothing to do with that episode. But this is interesting, guys. And it's in different parts of the world that they are doing this, but they are cracking down with a real task force, like FBI coming in, shutting it down, taking all this stuff and throwing it in a warehouse somewhere and doing whatever it is they do. But to me, it's just like, they got a real task force on this? Like, this is serious. Like, this is not just like, oh, I got fake makeup for $10, I'm just going to throw it away. I mean, it's like a big industry. And they said, and this is in here, it is as lucrative as selling drugs. So are those kind of people going to just keep getting that crap? Yeah. And you know what else they do? Those sneaky little you-know-whats? China is obviously known for that kind of shady nonsense. I think we're all pretty much aware of that. Well, hold on. Need a little drink? Getting a little parched over here. But what they're doing to try to get the scrutiny off of their shipments is they are sending packages through Hong Kong that doesn't get scrutinized as much. And there was like an undercover guy, and he was showing all this stuff that he does and, you know, trying to figure out where the counterfeit is coming from. I mean, it's totally worth the watch. Seriously. And the next one is on vaping. Haven't watched that one yet, but I'm thinking that that's going to have something to do with these kids that are dying because they're getting counterfeit vape juice or whatever you call it. So, you know, the bottom line that they were saying is that it's criminal obviously on their part to pass off counterfeit stuff, but it's dangerous to the consumer. And you're not going to get that with, you know, a direct sales company. And I don't, you know, I'll even name competitors and stuff. You're not going to get that with Rodan and Fields. You're not going to probably get that even with Lancome and Clinique. You're not going to get it with Mary Kay, and you're not going to get it with Avon. All of our stuff is tested. And we have to go through certain procedures in order to sell it to our consumers. So you don't have to worry about the safety of our products. That doesn't mean that you might not have a allergic reaction to something, especially if you have sensitive skin, but at least you're in a legit situation where you can return the product and try something else. So again, it was fascinating enough that I thought I should share that with you guys. And you can watch for yourself, take your own, you know, 2 cents in your own brain and see what you guys think. But it's kind of scary to think what they are passing off, and they just simply don't care, because all they care about is money, just like a drug dealer. They don't care about the damage that they're causing. They just care about the money that they can make. So I hope you guys got something out of that. There's some real wisdom here tonight. Imagine that. Don't forget to please put hashtag replay if you guys have answers to any of my questions that was at the beginning of the video. I would love some help with those 2 things. Again, Claudia, you're going to have to get with me. We're going to get it on the calendar, because I have to have things on the calendar these days for our field trip. And as usual, you know, if you guys need anything from me, please message me in the comments, or you can always shoot me a private PM if you have my number. Shoot me a text. So that is it. I am sorry that I had to come to you guys on my phone and mess with my lighting, but hopefully I'll get that figured out too. If not, I'll go back to the phone. It's not the end of the world. So I was just curious. All right, everybody. I've taken up probably enough of your time. It's 7:30. So take care. Try to stay warm. I think we've got some cold weather coming through. And, oh, happy Valentine's Day early. It's a couple days away. Kevin just informed me it was a couple days away. I don't know why I thought it was a week away. All right, until next week, everyone. Take care. Bye.